Hey guys, good afternoon. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. So my testimony, I remember, again, my dad and stepmom were when we were younger, Christian home, and my mom, who was not a Christian, when she would have us on the weekends, we would go to. She would send us to Sunday school. Funny enough, was the same church that my grandparents went to on my dad's side. So the school bus, the church bus would come around and pick us up, and as I think that she was just trying to get us out of the house for a few hours, but but you never know. You know, maybe deep down she knew that that was the right thing to do, and that what we should do. So either way, I remember as a child going up to the preacher and praying with the preacher for salvation, and I have no doubt that I received salvation at that time. But as most people do, I strayed. My teenage years, I came down to Indiana, moved in with my mom, because I knew that my mom would let me do pretty much whatever I wanted to. So it's at that point in 92, I met Crystal, and we started dating, and that's when I started going off the, Crystal and I, as teenagers do, we're doing things that we shouldn't have been doing, and I knew I shouldn't have been doing, but, I just wanted to fit in. So as time went on, she and I got married in 1994, and at that point, some of the newness had worn off, and I remember about a year and a half after we got married, I remember sitting in a McDonald's parking lot having a very, very tough discussion. Things had just been kind of going bad. Again, some of the newness had worn off, so I remember thinking, if this is what marriage is, I don't want any part of it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to mess with it. So but that time, I'm like, no, my dad's upbringing and his morals and stuff that he instilled in me kicked in, and I said, no, I gotta stick it out. Well, 2-3 weeks later, she came to me and said, hey, we're gonna have a kid. And again, I stepped up and said, okay, we're doing this. I'm gonna be the man that I'm supposed to be. Well, at that time, I thought I was doing that, but it wasn't until May of '96 that Crystal been going to her parents' church and talking about visiting and this and that. So I said, you know what, I'll go just to get you and your parents off my back. I didn't want any part of it because I felt convicted. Well, and so happened, the first service that I went to, the Spirit moved in me and told me that I needed to step up, and that I couldn't be the man, the father, and the husband that I was supposed to be unless I was saved. So I made a decision. Well, let me go back a little bit. So the next service we went to, Crystal and I both went to, it was a Saturday night. It was May of '96, and again, the Spirit was moving, and I leaned over to Crystal and said, honey, I'm going to get saved. And she goes, okay. And she said, I'm going with you. Later on, I found out that she didn't want to make the move until I did. That was a big learning point for me, because I'm the man of the house and she was following my lead. And I wish I had done it earlier, but so as we got saved, and we grew together, we learned a lot of things as husband and wife together. And that's one of the blessings that I'm thankful of, that we did get saved together, and that we understood we were learning together as new Christians. As time went on, our faith was tested, because our first child was born, Casey, who's now almost 22, the October 27th. But there were things such as we tried to have another child, and I've told this story before, and we couldn't conceive. As a husband and wife, we decided, we want 4 kids. We want 3 biological, one adopted. And we thought, hey, that's the order that it's going to happen in. Well, the Lord had a different plan. So again, as we were having problems conceiving, just things didn't work out, line up, whatever you want to call it. And so we went down the adoption path. During that time, my mom passed away, her mom passed away. But during that, we grew, we learned, and we understood a little bit more. Our faith grew. When we brought Sabby home, it was in December of 2004. We brought Sabby home, and Jamie was born in July of 2008. So, and then Remington was born in 2011. So, I say that as part of my testimony because it truly is, you follow you go the route that God has laid out for you, and then you listen to Him. And it's not necessarily our path or our route, but it's the route that He believes He wants us to take. Because I look back, and at the time that we were adopting Sabby, there was a big push. There was a lot of people adopting from Haiti. And I believe that, and after we got Sabby home, 2, 3, 4 years later, I don't remember what it was, there was a huge hurricane went through Haiti, and then an earthquake not 6 months later. A lot of Haitians died. I just look back and go, how many of those children did God rescue because of the faithfulness of others? It wasn't just Americans that were adopted from Haiti. They were all over the country. When we were down there getting Sabby, there were people from France, people from England. I don't know the numbers, but I know that there was a big push for it. So anyway, I throw that out and I throw it in for free. So listen to what God wants you to do, whether it's your salvation or your faith or your walk, and you'll be blessed. We'll see you later, guys.